starting on Monday because I have a lot of things I want to do with this new particular product. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. This is a very interesting formula which we have here. This particular technology was not developed to be a front projection only. It was only developed to be front and rear. But something interesting happened along the way, and it converted into this. So we call this our Advanced Ambient Light Projection, XFER, which is actually a abbreviation for Transfer 39 Professional Black. Now this is a professional kit. It will come with a surface that will allow you to be able to use the application for that surface. We will have some other things into there, and so what do you call it? I can't think of the word for it. Man, I'm lost for words. I can't think of the word we have to put in there. Anyway, we have to put some form of I can't think of the name for it. Good gracious, I'm all for words on this one. We have to put something in there. Disclaimers. There we go. We have to put disclaimers in there because again, there are things in there you can't use the product for. It is strictly designed for that kit and kit only. Now, like I said, if you want to go outside the box and try something different, if it works, hey, thumbs up to you. And if it doesn't work, then guess what? That's our fault. That's your fault. So again, it will come with a surface that you can coat with it. Now, it activates much better if the surface is transparent, which means light has to be to transfer back and forth through the screen. That's very important. So the surface that it's coated on has to be transparent. It has to have the ability to light to transfer through and back to the screen. All right, so this would have to be, it's not the darkest yet, because I told you before that we're actually going to make two more just like this one, but each one's going to be a little bit darker to see exactly what we can get away with. How dark can we make it? Can we actually get it darker than this? Now, one of the things with any of our screen paints and any of our black technologies, the first thing we like to do is we like to test our products to make sure that they're not matching black paint. As I explained before, this is a very important demonstration to do, and people skip these demonstrations not knowing that their products could easily match house paint or any other thing at the end of the day, which you do not want your screen to match, especially a house paint or a shelf paint. You don't want to match that. So these are demonstrations we do. Now I have a few of these. Actually, I have one posted directly to my website, which shows me taking a Phantom and painting black paint into the screen, showing the Phantom produces a higher white level. Also, we have video demonstrations, and we have slideshows and all that stuff. Same thing this screen is going to go through. Now, we're going to be building an 88-inch screen, which is going to be on Tuesday. And yeah, from there, we can do all the testing we need to be done. So as I said before, we know what black paint looks like when it transfers, when it actually shows up on our product. So that we do know. Also, too, as I said before, you have to do these tests. If you skip these tests, what's going to happen is someone's going to match your product to a shelf brand paint, and that's something you don't want. All right, so let's begin. Let's see. Let's start with some white levels here. So the screen there is everyday Sherwin-Williams black paint. We're going to be buying several different versions of black paint. I want to make sure I test this thing out. I like to be thoroughly tested because we like to back our products up. That's very important. Now, this is for those people when we do these demonstrations. They'll say, well, what if I go in? Some people use a very high-end projector, high lumens, stick a bright light out of black house paint. No, it will not work because the black paint cannot see or accept white light. Now, the projector we're using behind us has plenty of power. It's 5,200 lumens. So for those who do business with us, if you think you're going to be able to paint your walls or whatever you want with black paint and use a high-end projector to pull out white light, it can't happen. It was never developed for that. It's a house paint. That technology, on the other hand, it's not house paint. Yeah, we engineered it a little differently this time around. Now, again, the other elements that we make, again, the base, yeah, it's basically house paint. But at the end of the day, there's 4 elements that we drop into it to give the screen the ability to do exactly what it does. That's why there's no certified screens that can match it. 38, 39s, there's nothing to match those screens. And this technology alone doesn't even play in the realm of what do you call paints. It's completely different. different. Isn't that beautiful? And this is a stage 1 technology, which means it's the beginning stage of it. We can change it any way we want. I'm thinking of actually increasing the height level so we can pull a much higher white level than what we're seeing, and I'm also too increasing the gain capability, which means it can go beyond a 39. Let's go to all white screensaver.
Getting that from 2.
Now, anytime you're developing black technology is a little harder for testing. You're going to have to do a black on black test. If you have not done a black on black test, it is not going to go well for you, because that means everyone can match your product to black house paint. There we go. All white level right there. So we have to make sure that when we test our products that they're going to actually work. That's why when we get people's products down here, we start pulling out digital one crystal screen paint, we start pulling out primer, we start pulling out network grade 773. This stuff starts matching left and right like there's no tomorrow, because they didn't do any tests on their products. And they took the time to do the tests on these screens out here, or gray screen paint products, or challenge your products into other things. Then they were going before testing, because they would be able to back the products. Yeah, that's why we get canceled orders, because they know what we're going to do to the product. And they would rather just go through canceling the order, get a leg on their feet, and basically go through humiliation of the product matching. But like I said, we've already seen that already. We've seen the outcome of that one. All right, let's go to Skyworth food demonstration. Like doing this one.
That from YouTube.
No, let's try that one again. Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, as I said before, you don't need our black technology to test a gray screen whether or not you can see a 100% contrast level. As I told you before, black paint, black fabric, literally anything that's black is going to pick up a 100% contrast level. The problem you're going to have is, can it see white light? That's the problem. And if it can't see white light, that means the images are going to come up dirty and dingy. That's what's going to happen. And this is one of the tests that I never ever see if anyone's developing a black screen paint, we never see them do this test. Never. This is a very hard demonstration to do. That's what we hunt for. Anybody who claims to have a black screen paint, we hunt for your test. That's what we're looking for. We want to see a black versus black test. That's what we hunt for. We don't see it. We don't see one live or anything posted. That shows you haven't done it. And if you haven't done that test, then that means when we do the test, we're going to have issues. This is what a test is. It's very important. It's like I said, you have to show your customers the difference between your product and a shelf paint. That's very important. If you're dealing with a company automatically going to say, hey, look, what's the difference between me and your product or going out and buying black paint? Am I going to get the same results? You have to back that up. Your product in no way can match that product in any way. 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go to the big white wolves.
I didn't think I had time for college, but with WGU, I can earn an accredited degree on my own terms. A nonprofit university that lets me on my schedule and
Really, we got to go through all that just to get to one of these things.
You know the mutual customized your
That's
car
better.
insurance? You only pay for what you need. I want to customize.
So everything is coming up dark on black paint?
This backpack
That's because it can't see white light.
only pay for
Our
what you
technology
need.
can read and register white light because that's something called a heightener that we actually add into the product.
This summer, who do you choose?
We can test black paint all day.
Frozen beverages.
I can drop it at 1,000 lumens and it still won't even pick up. So we have some companies that think that, okay, I'll just take some black paint, I'll take a 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 lumen projector, and I'll get the same thing. No, you won't. Not going to happen. So that's why we got the 52 out. Now, as I said before, when a product is made, it's supposed to have multiple tests underneath of it. Testing it, some of the tests that we have seen on screen paints are exactly a clown show. It's a clown show. No real testing whatsoever. If we put it under our testing, it's not going to pass well. It's not going to go well. I love when people use the excuse it's always using something on the camera to make the screen brighter. So only my screen is being hit by what the camera's using, or there's two screens up there. So virtually impossible. That means somehow my camera would only be able to have contact with my screen and wouldn't have contact with the black screen over there either. Yeah. Again, you gotta have a grasp on reality to live on this earth. Now, the reason why we say it because we got individuals who make false accusations. They have no truth, they have no, what's the word? A way to explain how our technology works. It's just hard for them. We know how yours works. We all know that. So, for me, I like to have fun with this. We do the black versus black. This is excitement for me. This is what I enjoy to do. I love posting it to my website. I like sending it to my customers. See what I mean? When you got other people who can't do that, they can't post those demonstrations to their website because it's not going to go well. And they can't do these tests because it's not going to go well. At all. Period. The screen's going to go with over 18 certified screens. Oh yeah, we're buying. We've been buying. I went on each website, we ordered from Divistorm, and a couple other places. The screen they have over in Germany, I wanted to check out too, also too. I would love to be able to get the Dragonfly down here in a black diamond. That would be really nice. That'd be nice on the camera. But they're not for those screens. They don't go anywhere near those screens because the screens would beat the crap out of their product, and they would. There's the Dragonfly. It looks like amazingly dark gunmetal. Oh, and by the way, we have decided to discontinue the gunmetal. You know why? There's no point in making it. Seen this stuff right here? It's how beautiful black technology is. I just kind of go against my own words when I sit there and say, yeah, black technology is more superior. You know, gunmetal screen. Gunmetal screen we develop that beats other gunmetal screens. Think about that. Other gunmetal technology, and it can't even beat. To design a gunmetal screen to beat the other ones in order to have a challenge on the screen. So these are tests, are nothing new. We do these tests on every form of black technology we develop. We have to do a black on black demonstration. So when we have pictures of this, videos of this, we We can go back to our customers and go, hey, here you go, here you go, here you go. And all of these video tests will be posted directly to the website. Because we got nothing to hide. Let's go with 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
We got to do some chalk paint. I want chalk paint, spray paint, or we should spray paint into the screen. That would be fun. And we definitely posted all those demonstrations. Let's see. Remind you, my projector behind me is 5,200 lumens. This is for you companies out there who think at the end of the day, if you go out and get yourself a much more powerful projector, maybe you pull white light out of it. No, that's not going to happen. Sorry. This is what's going to happen. You're going to paint all that black paint into your giant wall, and you're going to end up with that mess right there. Now, as for you gray screen paint products out there, I don't know why you even try. And I'll tell you why. And the biggest argument that a gray screen tries to have is they can see contrast. No, you cannot see contrast at all, period. You don't see contrast at all. You see what we call shades of gray. That's it. Depending on how dark your screen is, how the shade comes out. That's how it works. You do not pick up a 100% contrast level. I don't care what your projector is at the end of the day. If you got a 50,000, a 20,000, 100,000 to 1 contrast, you do not see contrast, period. You see shades of gray. The gunmetal technology we developed, as dark as that stuff is, does not see a 100% black level. That's virtually impossible. It sees darker shades of gray. That's it. That technology, on the other hand, this one over here, that one back there, can pick up a 100% contrast level. Now, if you really want to test that theory, how about you brighten up those environments, go out and get yourself some everyday black paint, because you're just doing contrast levels, as I said before. You don't need our product to test that theory. You can just go get yourself some everyday black paint and see if you can pull up the same contrast level as black paint. Because any black surface is going to see a contrast level. Easy. The problem is it can't pick up white levels. And if it can't see white levels, that means the colors are going to come out dark and dirty. So that's the test you should be doing today. Instead of basically making these false accusations and sitting in the dark, trying to pull up a contrast level and trying to, hey, look, see natural black. No, you're not. Any form site you go to will sit there and laugh in your face over that theory. Like, wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that this gray screen is going to see it versus a gunmetal? Wait, but this is not even gunmetal? This is just gray? And this is going to produce a... No, that's not going to happen. Any form site will laugh you out of the room. I don't know what's up with gunmetals. Gunmetals, that's a whole other story. Claiming to see black levels, you do not see black levels. You see darker shades of gray. That's what you pick up. 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Look at TCL. White light is very important. The most important thing on a black screen is not the contrast. It can already see contrast. The most important thing on a black screen is its white levels. That controls the color. You have to have a certain tone in your white levels in order to pick up both at the same time. When you're displaying reds and blues and greens, you have to also pick up a white level to brighten that reds, blues, and greens, but you also have to pick up an insane contrast level to enrich and bring out those deep, rich colors in order to do that. So the problem with gray screen paints is if they go too black, the white levels suffer and the screens turn out dark and dirty. If they don't have enough contrast, then what happens is the contrast suffers because the screen paint's too light. There's no in-between with that at all, period. You will never find it. It doesn't exist. Now, for those who think, what about black developers? Oh, good luck with that. Black technology is extremely temperamental. You're going to get that to react on high-end projectors, low-end projectors, and fully lit environments. The theory behind the black screen is the reason why we see majority of those demonstrations in dark environments is because black screens are not supposed to have the ability to be able to pull bright levels. So that's why if you have it in a fully lit environment, the screen is going to have a hard time producing because of all the light making contact with the screen. Even though it's absorbing the light, it's also having a problem producing the light. So that's why the demonstrations are done in the dark with less light, which means they'll have brighter, whiter levels. Follow me? To a screen in a maxo zone with all that light making contact with the screen and outside and still maintain this white level, that's a beautiful thing. And we could do it at 250 inches at 25 feet back. Think about that one. Outside. Master black technology. White to come through perfectly. Or as dark as you want, because you can control the white light. Watch these demonstrations, they are too dark. They're too dark. Good gracious, what the freak did he just say? Yeah, it's a lot of freaking work. I give people key features on how to do it. Basically, you have to study plants. Got to crack some books, gentlemen. You got to crack some books. Can't just go up there and just, blah, 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 and just paint stuff, go on the wall in a dark environment. No, you got to crack books at the end of the day. You got to study, do research, put those long hours in. You got to do it. Because if not, that means we can take your product, bring it down here, and it's going to fail automatically. One of the demonstrations I never, ever see, I mean, I never see on gray paint products. Never see it. I never see it. This is my gray screen paint product, and we're going to take some bullseye, we're going to take this, that, and the other, and we're going to do this demonstration, and the product is not going to match. I couldn't explain that as much. How many times I've seen demonstrations where it's a slight hiccup. A slight hiccup doesn't mean jack to a customer, because if I'm sitting back here where we're at, sitting back where the projector's at, and I'm fucking fold it back. There we go. That's a little better. They sit right up on top of the screen. If you can't see the difference back here, then what's the point? If I have to be all the way up on top of the screen to see the difference, I'm not going to be that close to a 100 and 120 inch screen. I have to see the difference from where I'm sitting at. So the hiccup effect doesn't work. Just because it's a slight little difference, oh, it's a big change. It's the entire Earth bouncing off its axles. No, you have to see the difference in change from back here. That's where you have to see it from. And you have to see a difference between night and day. LG snowboarding demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, you rascal. Hey, 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 get from out of there, you rascal. That's my cat doing things he usually not supposed to do. That's why I never understand the theory. Why so close to the screen? Why? Why? Let's be back here. Another thing, your product should not even show a hiccup or a bump to house paint in any way whatsoever. You should never match it at all. And most important of all, and I can't express this enough, don't you think we know when you're using house paint? We test our products against house paint all the time. That's what house paint looks like on our product. Even at 5,200 lumens. So if we know that screen comes out looking like that and it's claiming to be ours, oh, we know it's house paint in the day. Because we do those tests. Man. It just gets too easy sometimes. It really does. Well, at least this is going to be fun for a while. I'm dreading the point when we get done the screen. Because when we get done finishing the screen, then that means I need to find something else to do because I get bored pretty quick. Boy, we're going to have to really throw some tests at this one to keep my excitement going. Because, like I said, for me, excitement is testing the screen out. Some people, they don't want to test screens up, man. They just want to throw it up there, blah, blah, blah. We're done. Give me money. No, that's not enough for me. I have to test. I want to see what we can do with this bad boy. We can literally make this screen darker than what it is, and we can heighten the white levels even higher. Ooh, man, that would be sane. We got to do a stage 1 and a stage 2. That's what we have to do. So I love this screen so much. I want one for myself in the next room. This thing is super amazing. And I got to call the customer because I'm going to have him come down. I'm not going to show him the screen. He's not going to see it. I'm going to have him walk through the door with the recording. I'm going to see his reaction when he sees it. Get consent for him to basically be on YouTube so we can see what it looks like. Because, man, it is freaking amazing. It is freaking amazing. I'm going to sit when he's outside, too. Oh, I can't wait for this thing to be done. But then again, if it's done, then I got to find something else to do. And I got the spring paints I'm working on right now. We got that whole 67 thing for next year. All right, people, brain's all charged up. This is how I get. I love testing. Let's see. Well, let's go back to original. We're done out of time anyway. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ta-da! There you go. Okay. So I guess tomorrow we got to order some stuff. So we need chalk paint, black chalk paint, black spray paint, we need black micro mesh, we need fabric and everything you can throw at it we possibly could think of. And I'm definitely drawing into the screen. I'm definitely going to get me a screen just to draw into. Oh, I'm going to wear a hat like Picasso, like an artist and all that, little paddle and everything, different color. Oh, that's how we have to do it. We have to have some fun with this. Definitely have to have some fun with this. Come on, we're going to do this. Got to have some fun with it. So I'm going to have the whole art here. I'm going to have the whole, I forgot what it's called. I don't do much art or anything, but different brands of black paint that we could throw at the screen. Especially that Dynasty that you say matches our product. Oh, I can't wait for that one. Man, you know the beautiful thing about it is, when you develop this technology and you know what's in it, it's funny to watch people try. They're not even close. It's funny, but they're not even close. So far away. So far away. So I got to pull out one of those bullhorns and yell at them like, no! Wrong direction! You're hot! Code, and code. Mr. Code. I can tell that what I find funny, people got to put out there. This is for the naysayers. When you guys try to make products like us, when you try to make our products, it's funny watching you. And you know why it's funny? Because we know automatically we can make it, put online, blow your stuff into the water, embarrass you on YouTube. That's easy. But it's funny because it lets us know where your mindset is when you think about how black technology is developed, how it's really, really developed. You guys are so far away from it, it's not even fun. The stuff I see you pull out on camera, trying to show people how it's done, it's hilarious because we know how far away you are from actually knowing how it's actually done. You got great screen paints down pat. Pretty much everybody knows how to make great screen paints in the day. I mean, it's simple and easy. I can make several off the top of my head. The Easy Mix. What we're going to use the Network Gray 773. 1 scoop of black paint, 2 scoop of black paint, 3 scoop of black paint, 1/4 of silver, extra fine silver, and that's it. Or you can make the Easy Mix, very easy to do. Since the Network Gray basically has a perfect base already attached to it, 1 scoop of black paint, and that's it. Done. You don't have to put no silver glitter at the end of the day. You don't need it. But if you want to put it in there, or you can just do a half and half. Just half of the Network Gray and half PPG or PPJ, something silver. That's it. To make the darker mixes, do a reversal. Instead of having a can or a quart of white paint, you change it over to black paint. And you put in scoops of white paint. That saves the time and effort of taking white paint and adding black paint, which would take you too much of your resources just to turn that a dark gray. You do it the reverse opposite. Everybody was making it this way. Everybody on YouTube. This is all you saw 9 years back, where all these people in ABS forums and Projector Central and all these different forum sites, everybody had these own different mixtures. Mississippi Man, all of these people were just showing up all these different mixtures. Everybody wanted to be like Goose Screen. YouTube right now. So it's not new. And now we're using more high-end vectors. We're saying, well, this is coming from the screen paint. No, it's not. It's coming from the But yeah, the gray screen paints are easy to make. Now, I can't say about those on eBay who sell paints. I don't know. I've only tested 2 of them on there, and then she beat his product. Actually, one did. It was HD Pro. That did beat his product. It had pulled the higher white level, and the contrast levels were actually fair. But yeah, it was much better. And I paid way less for that. I paid about $40. I had a sale on $40 for 2 quarts. Yeah. Well, other than that, and what I've already seen already, no. And the fact that, like I said, when you guys try to our black technology and you pull out these ingredients, it is such a level joke. I take those ingredients and post those to other form sites for people to see this mess. That shows me at the end of the day, you have no knowledge of all of how black technology works. If you did, you would have had a black screen paint by now, wouldn't you? But you don't. That's why. Now I've seen some product he comes up making some kind of black paint. Actually, it wasn't black, it was actually gray. Can't get to the whole gunmetal thing. Okay. Let's see, what do we want to do on here now? We got this off. Let's have a little on the screen. Dark black is good. Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait before he comes with an idea. Oh, I got the product. I did the testing and all that. Yeah, but let's see that one. All right, let's get this. Let me see. I had to see it for myself. Now, this is for myself. It's not for, I mean, yeah, I have it online because we have to have proof of it. We have to still do more testing than that. That's just the first test at 1%. I have to right from the door because I have to know if the screen is going to be produced at a higher level that we need to go against anybody who makes the accusations against products. No, let's have some fun with the monster. I cannot wait till I get my screen done. You have no idea. I can't wait. The screen is absolutely gorgeous. And again, yeah, gray screen paint makers. Now, like I said, the ones we've met, they're very honest with what they say. They don't say it's going to produce 100% contrast level. They don't equal their products to black screens. Again, those who do make those accusations, you're not in touch with the real world. Gray screens do not even gunmetals, have the ability to pull a 100% contrast level. And next time you show an OLED demonstration, make sure your screen is 100% black. Because the OLED demonstration was not developed for a gray screen, it was developed for a black screen. Now, if we show that up on any product, I'm going to sit there and tell you right from the door, that screen's not going to pull 100% contrast level because it's not physically black. But we show you where the black levels lay. And we do that in a fully lit environment. Oh, let's see what we got on here. I didn't get a chance. Actually, I was on this screen after I got off. Ooh, this is a pretty cool one here. Can't get a piece. I can get a surface big enough to cover my screen. That's the only problem. I can get a surface that big. I'm definitely going to do a 235.1. I just saw how people mislead people at the end of the day, and they shouldn't. None of the digital one crystal screen paints can pull a 1% contrast level. Now, people tell you this, they're lying to you, that it's going to pull a 1% contrast level. That's the equivalent to me telling you that, oh yeah, if you go buy this projector, it claims to have 10,000 lumens, 8K capability, the size of VCR tape, and it's going to be able to do all this stuff. That's a lie. So for all you naysayers out there who believe and you think for some reason at the end of the day that you're pulling a 100% black level, I got a test for you, and we will be hunting for your tests. Get some black paint, paint a good size surface, Stick that against your screen, turn all your lights on, and pull a star field demonstration. I'll be looking for you. Just like you posted, so everybody can see it. No more of that on camera. That's all you got to do. Because black paint, black fabric, black mesh, whatever it may be, it's going to pull a 100% contrast level. It just can't see white light. But if you go into this argument about how these gray screen paint products pull a black contrast level, then post it. And we'll come looking for you, and we'll see if you can basically back it up. Now, judging by the demonstrations I've already seen by the customers already on a certain website, and every last demonstration was sitting in the freaking dark, that tells me right there you can't see contrast at all, that your colors wash out. If not, we would have seen one by now. Yep. So I think we're going to do, let me see, tomorrow we should do the hunt for the gray 100% contrast screen, if there is one out there. And I'm not talking about ambient light controlled environments and none of that nonsense. Actual light. Because we hear that so much. Oh, my screen can see contrast. No, it cannot. No, it cannot. You're seeing shades of gray. I'm looking at it. So not pull that at all, period. But my projector, no, I don't care about what your projector is. You still can't see it. You paid all that money for a projector because you thought it was going to give you 100% contrast. Yeah, pish posh, not going to happen. So there's the test for you right there. Go get some everyday black paint. Doesn't make special, just everyday black paint. Make sure you pop the lid, put it against black so we don't see it's dark gray. We want to see the real black paint. And you paint that down, not saying the side of your screen, but you get yourself a nice huge sheet, nice big sheet. Stick that right against your screen, and you pull a star field demonstration. Oh, and don't forget that goldfish. It's easy, just put into the search engine, black background, goldfish screensaver, and it'll pop right on up for you. Now let's see if you can match that screen with that contrast level. Now, I don't go on here saying that, oh, black screen is going to pull a 1% white level, because that's virtually impossible. It's not going to happen at all, period. But a lot of these great mixes out here make that accusation that their mixes can pull a 100% contrast level. So since you're making the accusations, you got to back it up. Talk is cheap. Till then, we can come out here and show you that our technology, next to everyday black paint, pulls up a higher white level. Better color. It's absolutely amazing. It doesn't make a difference if you have 5200 on your projector, you still can't see white light coming from black paint. Ooh, change over to something else. I haven't had a chance to game on this thing yet.
Frosty time is kind of like you time. If you time tasted like a frosty.
Hey, look at it, man. Look at this. You got this, brother. I know you've been working out. Please, this is pretty heavy. That's why I got the small, man.
It's Frosty time. Choose Frosty. Choose Wendy's new strawberry frosty. If you're a real fly kiddo, just go fish. You gotta put one in a bigger motor. Get this one. Sun's up.
Now, the reason I tell you all this stuff because there's stuff you should know. Just like when people on YouTube do those fake reviews against those knockoff projectors, and they claim for them to be to do this, do that. They don't do any of that at all, period. You have certain restrictions for those projectors. You got to be in a really dark environment. You have to be on white and very light screens. Can't use them on any dark screens whatsoever. That's the first complaint we get when people contact us. They can't pick up contrast or color, and they put it in a fully lit environment, it washes out. But my projector has 10,000 lumens. No, your projector doesn't have 10,000 lumens. You're lucky if you got 50 lumens on that thing. That's why I don't like these certified, I'm not saying certified, I don't like the projection screen companies. Not saying the projector companies that do that. Oh, let's go look at something. Oh, we'll get so much abstract on here. Let me see what they got on here. Oh, you know what I want to do? I'm going to do, no. See how beautiful that looks? Oh, by the way, my projector's price tag is $300. That's it. $300. When we go on YouTube and we look around, some of you guys are sitting up there on $3,000, $1,800, $1,500 projectors, and you're sitting in the dark. Contrast levels are washed out, colors washed out, can't be near windows because the screen's going to have some difficulty. Can't even produce on a 150-inch screen on an ultra short throw projector. Yeah, we can do it at $60. That's what I said. It comes down to your screen of the day. Nothing wrong with your projector. The screen's got the problem. Down to. All comes down to the screen. If half the people saw half the projectors I have in my collection, they wouldn't even touch them with a 10-foot pole. That's garbage. Those projectors are trash. Why would you even have those? Yeah, but my screens make those projectors look like this. And that's why when we see people with those expensive projectors, your screens or your images come nowhere close to ours. See the same thing. Dark environments, dark environments, dark environments. No contrast. What I get to do. 4K demonstrations. Maybe I want to do 4K Snow Cottage screensaver. Get something cool and relaxing. Alright, while that's firing up, come back over here and check out the new technology. Now, tomorrow we will have a paint out on tacos in the screen paint. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be gorgeous. And we start processing, I think tomorrow, my surface should be here. And some of the formula I need to make my 88-inch screen. Because we need that on a bigger surface. Now, when I told you about being too close to the screen, this is where I like to sit sometimes. This is my massage chair right here. I like to sit back here. This is where my projector sits at 19 feet. I watch my screen from here. The white levels are too easy. AK Desired Nature. We just having a little fun. We're done with the demonstration. See? 100% contrast level. Nothing blocking the windows, none of that nonsense. seems like a TV. All right, so as I said before, the new technology we have here is a different kind of application on how you apply it. We're going to be doing a couple of demonstrations. Matter of fact, I am going to be doing on camera my 88-inch screen. We're going to build the screen, put it together, all the good stuff. Dry it. And we got 3 projectors we're going to use. I got my 2800 lumen Optima projector here. This is my portable Optima Tacos projector. 2800 lumens. We have my 1000 lumen projector, which is Old Faithful. And we have 4,000 and 5,000 lumen projectors. We start testing tomorrow, both screens and the max out zone. To be a kit. This one's going to be a kit. We haven't decided what containers we're going to put it in yet, so we haven't made that decision yet. It's a little bit of a different formula. To measure. This one's a little different. All right, so like I said, this will come with the Surface. Let me fire up my other projector over here. I'm going to do some gaming. Now, for those who are bothered by me talking about that, hey, it has to be. I can't stand people to mislead people at the end of the day. I can't stand people to talk all this nonsense and can't back it up. And the one thing I can't stand the most is these great products claiming to do 100% contrast level. So there you go. That's what we want to see. Take some everyday black paint, hit the side of your screen, or just paint a big enough sample, fully lit environment, and I want you to be the Starfield demonstration. Because these fitted individuals are the only ones that are claiming that a gray screen is going to pull a no. They can't even pull next to gunmetals, let alone a black diamond. And you're claiming to pull up against a 100% black screen. No, that's not going to happen. Sorry. So there you go. Knock yourself out. We'll be looking for that soon. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I even sometimes go into different, on eBay, checking out other people's accounts and checking out to see whether or not what they have in their description. And everybody in there says the same thing, fair contrast levels. That's telling the truth. Not saying you're going to pull a 100% black level and then try to use a high-end projector to make it look that way. If that's the case, I haven't seen one customer do a contrast demonstration yet. And that other one with that other guy on his, oh please. The Optima GT 55 and 56, I have both of those projectors. And again, no contrast level, not one contrast level. Scenery. My boys were laughing about that when I said, man, you just, yeah, we had embarrassing. We did that demonstration years ago. Had the projector, been there, done it, sold it, moved on to something else. And you're showing me a demonstration in this environment where the screen is barely washed out. And I can show you a demonstration on the same projector outside at 140 inches and inside at 126. Yeah. All right. change. Little boy, easy. Easy, easy, easy. Easy, yeah. Show me nothing. As a matter of fact, my customer in my demonstrations used an Optima GT 5600. He's right there when you go to my site. Look up there, his pictures pop up. It shows the exact same projector we had. I get my mouse to operate, like my mouse really? Where's the mouse at? Here we go. Taco, you want to watch me showing in the sheet? Oh, look at that. Boom. Over here to what's going to be here. Shape. That's how you basically, that's what I said, I really don't have time. The projects I got working on, they go back and forth, but how you basically cut the head off and be done with it, simple and plain. If you're making false accusations that a gray screen can see 100% contrast next to a black screen, then go pick up some black paint. All black paint, black fabric can see a 100% contrast level. It just can't pick up white light, as you can see with the technology we have behind us. So that's an easy demonstration. Paint a huge sheet, do a starfill demonstration, and brighten up the environment. That's it. That's all you got to do. I guarantee that the black paint pulls to 100% contrast, and the other screens just wash out. Now, if you're going to go over and you're going to show color, well, guess what? The black paint's not going to work well. Because, again, it doesn't have the ability to accept and read white light. Therefore, it cannot pick up color, and it can't pick up white levels. But contrast, yes, it can pick up. So that's why we show you the demonstrations against our technology versus black house paint. We show you the colors, we show you the white levels, we show you everything that you need to see. So, again, if you're going to make that statement that your product can pull a 100% contrast level, then do black paint. If you don't do black paint, then we all know the story behind that one. Simple and plain. I would never get up there and tell somebody that, oh, our product pulls a 1% white level. No. Sorry, that's never going to happen. Freaking magic Hawaii do I got at the end of the day? Just pull that one off. That's a good one. Here. important part over here because this is the last demonstration we're doing up here on this screen. Tomorrow we're going to be downstairs in the zone, and we got to start building a bigger screen for testing. Down up here. Yeah. much to say. $60 projector. 150-inch screen. Fully lit environment. This is what we don't see on YouTube. Not ever. This is why we explained to you that demonstrations, I hate to say it, but most demonstrations I see on YouTube are so disappointing. It really is disappointing. I'm really thinking about contracting my company in another way because, man, the demonstrations are so disappointing. Same old stuff every single time. Now, for some of y'all are sitting back saying, oh, he's so arrogant. He said, no. I'm tired of seeing crap every single day of the same thing over and over and over again. Overpriced projectors, dark environments. 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 Same thing every single time. Think a machine of that power. It's not the projector's fault. I don't blame the projector. It's not the projector's fault. It's the screen. The screens are cracked. They're all cracked. Everybody thinks at the end of the day that if I get myself a high enough power projector, I'll be able to do. No, you won't. Your screens are cracked. They are cracked. That's why we never see anything different. I can search YouTube from sun up to sundown, and it's the same thing. The same stuff over and over and over again. Ambient light controlled environments. Why? Who the freak is using ambient light controlled environment with a screen with ambient light rejection technology? Calibrating projectors. Why are you calibrating the projector? Oh, because your colors and contrast don't come up correctly. That's why. You should not be calibrating projectors. You should be able to take an everyday ultra short throw projector and expand it to 150 inches or more and still be able to use that in a fully lit environment. And my projector over there is old and outdated. And I don't even see the expense of projectors expanding that large out. Because you know why? They have to go by their regulations. Regulations. The regulations are for? Those requirements and regulations they give you is because the screen is already going to have, projectors already going to have a difficult time producing on 150 inches. That's why I tell you, keep it at 100 inches so it's nice, tight, and compact, and you'll be able to pick up a somewhat image. You'll be able to pick up that image to a certain degree. You still got to have an ambient light controlled environment, and you're still going to have to base, or dark environment, you're still going to have to calibrate. We don't go by the requirements. If I want a 150-inch screen on my projector, I'm getting a 150-inch screen out of my ultra short projector, and I'm not paying any money for it. Man, AS forums, all those places, you just have no idea how deep the rabbit hole goes. But if any one of them think that based at the end of the day that I'm just speaking gibberish, well, then beat any of my demonstrations, which I have not seen yet. What do you think we got banned from AVS forums? Got banned from AVS forums because we beat actually beat their theory on the goose screen that it takes forever to paint the screen in, and you have to do a multi-code application and blah 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 blah. Went there and painted that screen in 30 minutes. Did dry, did the demonstration, done, just like that. Like it. Oh, we don't care. To do with the ads, so many ads. why everybody went out and bought those Valva projectors, because they thought the Valva projectors, as they claimed in their promo demonstration on Facebook, that you can get a whopping 150-inch screen and you're going to pick up 4K. You're right. You're not going to pick up 4K on that projector. Or you have to have, if you get the Optima GT 5556, the recommendation for those projectors is 100 inches. That wasn't going to work for me because my screen was 126 at the time. So that wasn't going to work. And the only projector that pretty much is legit that does 150 inches costs $6,000, and those are Dells. If you can find one, good luck. They're hard to get your hands on. So you don't spend $6,000. You have to get some knockoff projector to get 150 inches. You can do that with a projector of $60. Now, for those of you saying, well, I can do it on a gray screen, no, you can't. Can't even do a 100-inch on a gray screen without it washing out. Again, if you're going to have a problem with contrast and color, what makes you think you're going to do it at a 150-inch screen? You do know the bigger the screen, the more light the screen's going to take in. My projector sitting on the floor is 3,600 lumens. And on top of that, you got all that lumens in the screen. We don't even get into dedicated theaters. We got one upstairs, and you know what happens in that room? We take gray screens up there. They don't do well. Not in the dark, and not with the lights on. That's a 5,000 lumen Chrissy sitting up there. So yes, you can have the big screen, the big 150-inch, 140-inch, 130, 120. You can have that. You need dark technology to do it. Going out and spending the money for expensive projectors because they have that high grade 10,000, 20,000 to 1, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to spend the money for it. No, you don't. 2,000 to 1, 100 to 1 really doesn't make a difference on a black screen. It doesn't make a difference. Your screen's going to produce a contrast level regardless of what your projector can do and what it can and cannot do. So you don't need to spend the money for that. People spend the money for those projectors because they're trying to get the screen that they have to produce a darker level, which the screen can't see. And still in the end, after all that money, you still are going to be in a dark environment because the screen's going to wash out. Now, for those of you saying, oh, that's not true. Well, there's a guy who did an interview on the P2, and with a 2 million to 1, that screen washed out. That projector washed out pretty bad. Now, again, nothing wrong with the P2. It runs perfectly fine, just like these projectors sitting on the floor and mounted to the ceiling. They work perfectly fine. It was the screen that was the problem. Because if my $60 720p WXGA projector can produce this image in a fully lit environment at 150 inches, I'm pretty sure a P2 can do it with no problem whatsoever. The only problem is the projector can only give you what the screen can give you. And that's it. I'll have people call me up and try to pick my brain, to try to bring out their own knowledge by saying, no, this is how, no, you're following protocol. That's what you're following. You're following the protocol of what they do with the projector. You're doing protocol. What it says. That when they said that an Optima GT 55 and 56 produces its best picture at 100 inches. We did it outside at 140. Produced that image at a 190-degree viewing angle, was able to pick up contrast, white levels, the whole 9 yards without an issue. But yet when I see the promo demonstration, it's on a gray screen and it's in an ambient controlled environment at 100 inches. That's why I don't like the ultra short throw demonstrations. No challenge. Take a projector, let's shove it right up on top of the screen, and let's put it on 100 inches. No challenge. That's what I love about doing the demonstration over here on a projector that's 600 by 800 720p. This is my pride and joy projector. I love this projector so much more than all the projectors I own, even the Chrissy upstairs, because it's so low. It's 600 by 800 res. SVGA 720p. People wouldn't even think to go near that projector at the end of the day. They wouldn't even touch it. And look at that beautiful image it's picking up in that room with all this light next to the windows. At 127 inches at 19 feet back, it's able to produce that image. how beautiful that image looks? I love it. And here people are going in and spending all this money for these overpriced projectors. Let me see. For this whole downstairs area, projector here, and my two projectors back there, $60 for the floor. Look at this. Okay, we'll figure that out later on. $60 for the floor projector, $140 for my NEC short throw projector, $200, $150 for the projector behind me. It costs $350 to put projectors in this room, that room, two projectors in there. That's it. Set y'all right over here. I want you to sit back and enjoy the screen. Now, I want some of y'all thinking that, hey, but I want 4K. No one's saying not to get 4K. But you don't have to if you don't want to. That's the whole point of it all. That's the whole point of us doing demonstrations on these projectors. Because it caters to everybody with this technology. Some people can't afford 4K. Some people can't afford 1080p. So, shouldn't they have the opportunity of having an amazing screen? You go to any one of these high-end companies or anybody else is going to suggest for the best picture quality and for the viewing option better, you're going to spend the money for a high-end 1080p or 4K. And some people, at the end of the day, the average Joe, doesn't want to spend the money or maybe cannot afford that expensive projector. So why should they be authorized in saying that, okay, if you can't afford this thing, you're going to have this bottom grade projection screen that's white and with this garbage projector and a poor image? Shouldn't they be entitled to have a nice picture too? This is why we do the 720p projectors, to show that if you want to get 4K, get 4K. If you want to get 10K, I'm sorry, not 10K, sorry about that. 1080p, get 1080p. But if you can't afford that and your budget is only for 720p, you don't have to lack picture quality because you have a 720p. This is why my $150 SVGA projector can be any demonstration posted on YouTube. All the ones I've seen so far, dark environments. As for those of you saying, well, what about the screen door effect? Do you have any idea how close you have to make up a screen door effect? You're not going to see it from where. Now, if you got it somewhere at 200 inches, 180 something massive, you're basically going to see it. Still, it's going to be pretty close to the screen door effect. I can't see it from there. I'm see it most of the time. And when you have a screen that's black, screen doors usually don't really pick up because, again, it's black. When you have a clear wall screen, you're going to see a screen door effect. So that's the whole purpose, people. Thinking about the average person at the end of the day, $1,000 for projection screen, which we back our products up to be tested against certified. It's not going to be stuck in the dark. As you can see, we're in a fully lit environment. Do not want to spend the money for an expensive projector. Well, it doesn't have to. We're using that VGA in here, 720p, 600 by 800 res. You can still have a beautiful image if you spend thousands of dollars. The problem is that people who make great products don't understand that. That's why in their demonstrations they have such high-end projectors to make up for what the screen can't do. It's the whole purpose, people. Have you ever been in one of those sites with the elitists and you see the money they spend on that stuff in there? Like, good gracious, are you kidding me? They have a house in there. So why should they be the only ones to be able to afford a nice system? Why can't you have a nice system too? That's why we do the test against the certified screens. That's the whole purpose. That's to show that our technology can overpower $3,000, $5,000 projection screens. I mean, it's the technology I have in here that I'm walking around every single day and beat certified projection screens with no problem whatsoever. I've got 3,000, 5,000 screens sitting on my wall right now. And I can do something they can never do in their demonstrations. I can use low-end projectors, fully lit environments, and still produce an amazing image. Let me know when you've ever seen any certified company right now using my projectors and doing my demonstrations in my environments. That's the problem of what the naysayers miss. It's the big picture. That's what you miss. Okay, well, with that being said, a lot of work to do tomorrow. Oh, I love walking past the screen. Oh, it's monkey to death until the monkeys are here outside. Tomorrow, taco paint. Oh, taco paint's gonna be insane. Look at that tongue sticking out. It's all in gold. Those of you who question the taco paint, how dare you? Do you know taco basically was explained before I got the cat. Paint was displayed. Used to have it upstairs. I'm sorry for anyone who basically comes against this technology. It's really, really good. It's called a legend. It was a legendary, but it converted taco to a 39. My cat has his own green paint, and it is going to be a beast. Unicorn is almost done. Yeah, unicorn is making work. It is work to make the unicorn so much work. I'm going to get it done. And the beamer, what's this going to? Oh yeah, we're so trying to check this out. Fellow. Now, again, we give discounts to anyone in the military. And we have long-time customers been buying from us for a long time. And I didn't know he was military. So, decided to send him down something nice. Give him something today. We don't mind doing military discounts. I do discounts for military, I do discounts for churches. Why not? Why not? All right, people. Well, I'm going to enjoy my day. So, as you can see, as you can watch in my demonstrations, the reason why we have all these lights on is because, again, you get a chance to see my screens in my home, in my real environment. This is it. This is it, right? As it gets in here, this is how it is. Other than we saw in the other demonstration, I'm not trying to kick a dead horse to death here, but I know darn well that environment's not dark like that 24/7. That's all done to make the screen look good. After what I just seen in the pictures already, well, I see exactly how the environment really looks at the end of the day. So again, that's why I don't like doing the ambient light projection. I don't like seeing people do the ambient light projection demonstrations because that environment's darkened to make the environment look a certain way, so the screen can pull up. That's why we do our demonstrations. Everything's done. And the lighting I have in the house. Somebody told me, you're adding extra light. Really? Seriously? I'm adding extra light? Seriously. Do you not see my overheads right here and the overheads right here? These are the lights that came with the house. There's nothing extra. This is what it is. All right. Got to be tomorrow morning. I got orders to process. I got 2 screens to paint in. We got 120 inch for a customer acoustic. Ooh, that's acoustic over there. And we have a 100 inch for the customer to contact them and let them know that the screens will be here tomorrow. Get them spray paint. Spray paint funny. Get them painted. Get them done. Get them displayed. And then they're good to go. And we'll have taco screen painted tomorrow, which I can't wait to do that one. And we're going to do this surface right here. We're going to convert this screen right here into the black. screen right there. And we're going to do a spray on demonstration for that. All right, that's basically about it. Thank you for your time. Got to go. And God bless. Boom! Boom, shakalaka.